Okay, this lighting is straight butt, but if you're new to this channel, I usually clean my glasses at the beginning of every video. Why? I don't know. My glasses get dirty. I guess I'm gross. Okay, hello everybody. My name is Denny. You can call me Den. For those of you that don't know, I make YouTube videos here on YouTube. Most of the time on here I'm riding BMX. Sometimes I'll do something else. Maybe I'll rant about a topic that I don't like. Sometimes I'll play guitar. Every now and then I'll play with a butterfly knife, which is one of these things. So that's fun, isn't it? But today we're doing something different. I mean, it's related to BMX heavily, but I don't really think a whole lot of other people have done, at least not the way I'm gonna do it. So if you couldn't tell by the title, I am going to review a pair of Jordan 1s, but in a really different way. I'm gonna see how well they can hold up to BMX riding. Now, Before I get into everything else, yes, there are people who will pretty consistently ride in Jordans, so I'm pretty sure they are going to hold up pretty well, but I'm going to do the definitive review. I'm going to get a pair of Jordans, which I already have, and I will ride them for 3 months. This is the initial review. It'll be like my first little thoughts and opinions. I'll go and try and find a skate park that isn't snowed out and go get some clips on it, give you a little bit of a first impressions and what my initial thoughts are, and then for the next 3 months, I'm going to ride with them. Every single time I go ride, they will become my main riding shoes. I will see how well they hold up, see if they're long lasting, see if anything changes with the shoe, see how much they get beat up. In March, I will make a second video about it where I give you a long-term review. I might even drop it on my birthday, who knows. But yeah, so before I start yapping even more, let's present the shoes. Let's have a little unboxing. Let's make this fun. So here's the unboxing of the Jordans. So here they are. These are the Jordans I picked out. They're the Jordan 1 mids. These aren't like a retro or OG or anything like that. I don't think this exact colorway has any crazy, funny, cool, quirky facts about it like a lot of the other shoes do. Like I did a little bit of research. I was like, what kind of color do I want? For a while I actually wanted this pair, but then right around the time I was getting ready to order these shoes, these ones dropped, and I really like the way these ones look a whole lot more, so I picked these ones. And a little funny story is I actually recently got a check from YouTube, and I wanted to do this big ol' sentimental thing. I was gonna be like, because of you guys, I was able to get these shoes so I could review them for you. But as I was about to swipe my card, my grandfather was with me, and he was like, let me just get those for you for Christmas. Instead of getting you a bottle of whiskey, I'll just get you those. So thank you to my wonderful grandfather. He didn't, so the sentimental moment kind of got ruined, and now they're just sentimental to me in the way that my grandfather bought them. But who knows, more, maybe longer down the line, I can start reviewing all kinds of different crazy kinds of shoes, see how they hold up to BMX, and maybe YouTube will be able to fund that for me. Who knows what the future has in store. But let's talk about these for a little bit. So this is a shoe made by Nike. It's called the Jordan 1 Mid. I know this isn't a very well-known shoe, but I really like the way it looks. Shit. Okay, so everyone freaking knows what the Jordan 1s are. This is like probably one of the most classic looking shoes out there. I don't think there's a person out there that doesn't like the way this looks. I kind of did always want a pair. I mean, I'm not like shoe crazy like a lot of people are. It's fine if you are. It's just I've never gotten into that crazy about it, and I kind of focus more on like shoes that are durable and that are riding, which is kind of why I picked these, because I see that there's a couple people that ride in these pretty consistently, one of them being Matt Ray. He's always riding in a really cool pair of Jordans. There's also a person that a lot of the shoe people will kind of know. It's Nigel Sylvester, and I know some of you are probably asking, Denny, since you ride BMX, why didn't you get the Nigel Sylvester ones? Weren't they were made by a BMXer? Well, I don't really like the way those ones look, and I'm not gonna lie, I really don't like Nigel Sylvester. He's kind of an arrogant butthole, so I don't really like him that much, but that's just me. You guys can like him all you want. And I like this color of Jordans a whole lot more. So these are the ones I picked, and these are the ones I'm gonna ride in. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a I'm gonna give you a little bit of a first thoughts and impressions that I have right now before I actually go ride these at a skate park and really put them to the test. The first pros that I can see is that they look freaking awesome. Second pro is that this is a really kind of a bulkier shoe, and I really like how all this like mid top part is very padded. I already know that's just gonna be perfect for stuff like tail whips and like no footed tricks, because a lot of the times when you do those kind of tricks, the bike kind of flies into you. If you don't have mid or high tops, a lot of the times you can really bang up your ankles, which is why a lot of people wear ankle guards, but with these, I should be fine. Another pro I thought was a con at first was actually the grip on the bottom of these. I know they're a basketball shoe, so they're gonna grip really well, but at first I didn't think this design would work well with BMX pedals. I did go and throw these on real quick and just kind of pedaled around. I didn't do any tricks yet. I just wanted to see if these would actually grip, and to my surprise they did. Really happy about that. Like I knew they would grip because they're a basketball shoe that's like half the point of a basketball shoe, but I didn't know if this design on the sole would work and complement a BMX pedal very well. But to my surprise it does, so that just makes me that much more excited to go ride in these. And now let's go to the cons that I kind of see happening, maybe. One of the first ones is that the insole on these aren't very padded. BMXers and skaters, we really need a good padded insole. I can just already kind of tell that within like the first couple of days, this insole is going to just be a little flat piece of foam that really won't do much. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to get a pair of FP insoles that I have lying around, and I'm going to put them in this. This is why I got a size 11 instead of a 10 and a half, and I'm going to throw that in there, and that should fix that potential issue. Landing hard when you don't have a padded shoe sucks balls. I can't tell you how many times I've bruised my heels because of that. One other con that I kind of see happening, this kind of just pertains to me. I do a lot of foot jam style tricks, and what that means is I go and I jam my foot in the front tire so that it pivots me up, and I can do a trick out of that. Like I can let the frame of the bike go around and I'll catch it, or I can just kind of balance right there for a while. Let me show you the shoes I'm riding right now. So the shoes I ride right now are these pair of Vans. I've used them for like 5 months already. The thing I like about Vans is that this foxing, it goes like up and over my toe. So when I go in foot jam, this actually takes most of the impact, so it doesn't really hurt my foot that much. But with these Jordans, you can see the foxing doesn't go that far up. It only goes probably about halfway up to my toe. So that is a potential issue I could see happening. I just know that a lot of the times it's going to be this area of shoe that's going to be taking the brunt of that impact, and this really isn't crazy padded right here, so I'm a little concerned that it's going to end up hurting my foot after a while. But we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. And then I'm sure the overall durability of these are pretty great. I'm pretty sure they're going to hold up really well. Other than that, this is a very beautiful looking shoe, and I am heartbroken that I'm going to have to ride this thing and use them and abuse them, but that's the reason I got them. I'm going to use these. I'm going to see how well they hold up to riding. It's going to be the definitive review. I'm not the first person in the world who's ever reviewed a pair of Jordans. Not by a long shot. I'm not even the first BMXer to review a pair of Jordans. But the reason I think I will be a good candidate to review these is because the kind of tricks I do tend to be a little bit harder on shoes than other BMX tricks. Like, I don't want to like kind of throw it into a stereotype, but a lot of the time the riders that would wear Jordans would be street riders, and they're not that crazy hard on their shoes. I mean, any BMXer is going to be hard on their shoes. Street guys, they don't tend to do that many foot related tricks, if that makes any sense. I don't really put myself into a discipline. I really like to ride everything. I like to ride street. I like to ride skate parks. I like to ride dirt. I like to ride everything. And that alone, I feel, makes me a better candidate. But on top of that, one of my favorite kind of tricks to do, again, are the foot jam related tricks, where I'm throwing my foot into the front wheel and balancing and doing a trick out of that. And that can really wear and tear on a shoe. And I think that is a good test to see how well a shoe can really hold up to riding BMX. I'm really sorry. I can just tell it's getting darker by the minute. The lighting will improve when we actually go to the riding. And then I know that some of the shoe guys out there and like people who like to watch shoe videos on YouTube kind of won't really like what I'm doing. I really do feel bad that I'm going to go ride in these. I didn't pop this video up into my head being like, I want to go buy a pair of Jordans and really just fuck them up. That wasn't in my mind. I just was like, I wonder if these really do hold up, and I want a pair of Jordans. So let's go buy a pair of Jordans and go ride in them. I guess it's time we go to a skate park and really test these out. But before I do that, I need to go take care of all of this. My dumbass was like, I'm gonna wait till the end of the year to shave and get a haircut, and I'm freaking miserable. I hate it when my hair gets this big and poofy. It starts getting all knotty and it's just shit. And then this is just a mess. I look like a freaking woolly mammoth. I'm gonna go groom myself, and then we'll go to the skate park. So I'll see you guys there. All right, guys, I groomed myself, and we're at this park. It's the only park that was dry. Okay, so this is what they look like on me. Cool. Can't believe I just filmed myself for the sole purpose of looking at my own shoes. Get it, sole. Bitch ass. Okay, first test. So far, so good. I'm gonna feel out some foot jam whips on this little bank. See what happens. Okay, now I'm gonna try some other stuff like some manuals and 180s, 360s, stuff like that. Bitch.
How did it happen?
All right, so I've ridden around a little bit, and I do have a little bit of concerns. One of the main ones being that my back foot tends to hit my peg quite a lot, and that can be a little bit of a risk because if you're doing manuals, your foot will get under your peg if you have 4 pegs, and if you can't get out of it and you have to loop out, you kind of just fall straight to your back, and really it's kind of one of the most dangerous ways to fall. So I'm gonna have to be careful with manuals. This is where my foot's normally at. I find my foot like always kind of just resting right there, and so like when you manual, your foot's like right here, and if you loop out and you catch your foot, then you're just going to fly back. So that's kind of a concern. Okay, just some flat clips and then we'll talk. Oh my god.
That was so weird, bro.
Oh,
My bad.
don't.
Ow.
No.
Oh! I dead ass thought you were about to loop out and spinal yourself.
I did too.
Yo!
Alright, so that was my first little test drive on them. I know I didn't get to go to the greatest park. A lot of the parks here are snowed out. Weather's been totally ass here lately. And I really wish I could have gone to Los Altos, which is my local skate park, but unfortunately I had to settle with this one plaza called Rio Bravo. What I think about the shoe is, I don't really know. I need to ride in them more. For now, it's like half and half. I like them, but then I don't. The thing I do like is, again, how padded they are, like the sides of my feet and my ankles. And with those FP insoles that I put in there, it's really cushiony and absorbs impact really well, so that's a good thing. Another thing is that they're still pretty clean after the first little ride. I didn't expect them to get like trashed after the first ride, but they still look like almost brand new. There's just like 1 or 2 little tiny scuffs on them, so that's a good thing. Hopefully that means the wear and tear will be a little more gradual. It won't be so like immediate. Like within a week these things won't look like ass. I thought the grip would be a whole lot better than it was. I mean, the grip is good still. It's not like terrible. It's not like my feet are sliding everywhere. It could be better. It's not as good as like Vans or Etnies but again, those are all kind of shoes that are like made for skating and biking. These ones are basketball shoes, so you can only expect so much. They do grip though, and I feel like with pedals with sharper pins on them, they'll grab into them just that little bit more. And my pedals are kind of old too, so I gotta take that into consideration. And now for the cons that I see with the foot jam whip stuff and like all the foot jam whip tricks where I'm putting my foot in there. Sometimes I don't get it first try. Sometimes it kind of takes me a while. And shoving your foot in your tire that aggressively that many times, it can start to hurt. Even with the kind of like Vans shoes where the foxing's really tall, that will start wearing on your feet either way. With these, I found that my foot was starting to hurt a little bit more because the foxing doesn't go all the way up and I was just shoving it into that one part that's just canvas. So that is kind of a little con. But the biggest con that I saw, I did mention it when I was riding, is it's a big and bulky shoe. What happens is, since I run 4 pegs, my back foot tends to always hit and is like always super close to that back peg. And like I was saying during the riding part, if you're manualing, your foot gets under that back peg. If you loop out where you have to like kind of throw the bike out and catch yourself, if you can't get your back foot out, you can't catch yourself and then you just fly straight to your back, and it's really easy for you to hit your head too. I've done that before. Definitely one of the most dangerous ways to fall. It was in the back of my mind the whole time. Like within the first 2 minutes of riding, I noticed that it was right there and I was like, all right, this is gonna change up kind of how I have to ride a little bit because I have to be very conscious of where my back foot is. It didn't really like deter my riding, but it just found kind of annoying was like I was always kind of resting my foot on that back peg a little bit. That kind of bugged me. Any kind of big bulky shoe is going to run that risk if you run 4 pegs, so it's not just these Jordans. Overall, I like it, but I think I need to ride in them more to actually get used to it and actually really get like excited to go riding in these, because right now I'm kind of just like, they look cool and they're kind of comfortable to ride in, but there's like these cons that I just gotta work out and see if I can find a way around. If not, I'm probably not going to have that great of a time riding in these, I'm not gonna lie. And because of that, they aren't really gonna be my go-to riding shoes unless I can figure out how to work that out. I'm just gonna have to keep riding them and see how well they hold up, see if some things change, see if I can get used to my foot being right there that whole time. So once again, we got a pair of Jordan 1 mids. They weren't the high tops, they're not the OG, they're not all leather. I didn't get like the staple model of Jordan 1s, which is the high OGs or OG retro or any sort of that, but I did get the mids version, and I guess they're just a little bit shorter. I don't know, guess they're not as expensive, but they're still a pair of Jordans, and this still counts for a review. Maybe if this review is successful, I will get like a legit pair of Jordan 1s, like a proper pair of Jordan 1s. For now, we're going to stick with these. We're going to give it till March, and then we'll have the definitive long-term review on whether or not Jordans really are a good riding shoe or not. But yes, that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, give me your thoughts and opinions. Do you like that I'm testing these out? Do you hate that I'm going to potentially ruin a pair of Jordans? Give me your thoughts and opinions. Start a conversation with me. Share this video around to show all your friends that, hey, possibly Jordans are good to ride in. Who knows? You can show this video to your parents and be like, this is why I need a pair of Jordans, so I can ride bikes and my feet are comfortable. Share it if you want to show your friends a fat guy riding bikes. And last but not least, if you enjoy the content that me and my friends put out and you want to see more of these kinds of videos and more stuff with me, then feel free to subscribe for more. Hit the bell notification too so you can get constantly notified when I upload a new video. And if you hit the bell, you'll be the first one to get notified of when I drop the second video of these. And if you want to watch the progress too, because like more than likely I will like force myself to ride in these shoes, and they'll probably show up in most every video that I upload from here till then. And also you can follow me on Instagram at DenDenBMX. I really like to post like just pure riding clips there, and if you want to see the riding progressing and like see me doing other tricks in these Jordans, then go ahead and follow me on Instagram as well. But enough plugging. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.